What's going on, my fellow doors? We are back. It's a DRG. I put up a poll a couple of days ago asking you what type of what overclocks you wanted to see. I kind of picked what I thought the four that were probably going to be the main overclocks, and the highest voted one was mortar rounds. So that's what we're going to bring today. We're going to do a salvage operation. But this is the build I'm going for this. Ammo, just because without the ammo, you're down to 140 rounds. And I think that's a bit too low to go. And this overclock is not focused whatsoever in dark damage. So this 3 damage does not matter. And you're shooting slow enough that mag size does not matter. And tier 2, I think you can use whatever you want. For this go around, I'm using the faster growth speed so I can get to the max fire rate. That's going to combine with feedback loop to increase overall damage. I think that's going to be an easy way to get another, like, a little over 10 something damage. Oh, well, just about 10. And area damage, just for the plus 14. Same thing for the tier 1 upgrade. The other damage upgrade's not going to do anything. And fire rate's really not going to matter. And tier 4 kind of explains itself. There is no point, maybe if you're playing with people, for me, there's no point in armor breaking. You're doing area damage, meaning no matter what you do, your damage is going to ignore armor. And then we are bringing in just something for the secondary to help with single target. I'm using Hellfire with the coil gun. That'll just help me do some single target damage. I was debating on bringing fletchet rounds for the burst fire, just for a lot of ammo, and because that overclock is really accurate for the burst fire. The only problem with the mortar rounds I've had so far is just because it doesn't have a lot of range, and it's something in tier 2 you might want to take too. The accuracy of it, it's not horrible, but you know, with the mortar rounds you're going to shoot either left or right sometimes instead of center. So sometimes your shots aren't perfectly accurate on where you want to aim. But besides that, I think it's a really strong overclock, and it's something the Thunderhead has been needing. Because as much as I love the other Thunderhead overclocks, none of them scale as good as for the minigun or Hurricane. You know, Big Bertha's alright, but it's barely doing around 40 damage, and Carpet Bomber, it's alright. It still doesn't do as much damage as the Hurricane can do. I mean, base Hurricane almost does 40 damage. You know, base Thunderhead barely does 20. But the difference between the Thunderhead and Hurricane is that the Thunderhead has way more ammo. That is the biggest thing when using Thunderhead, is you get way more ammo. That's what keeps it separate from the Hurricane, makes it that much better. And I think I got Skull Crusher as the beer. But I've used this a couple times. I think this is really good against Dreadnoughts. Because Dreadnoughts, you don't have to worry about armor whatsoever. Not like you would anyway as a gunner. But against Twins, you'll smack them. And against the Hive Guard, I never really bring the Thunderhead against Dreadnoughts to begin with. Let alone if you get the Hive Guard, you know, it's not the greatest. But when you bring Mortar Rounds has such a large AoE. I think against the Hive Guard, you can hit all 3 weak points for its armor in one shot. Meaning you don't have to worry about swapping guns just to deal with that phase. And it's great against the little Praetorians. If I didn't know what type of mission I wanted to do with this, I'll probably do more. But I'll just go through all of them. That poll that came out will probably be the first 4 overclocks, and I'll do them in order on how many votes were what, which means burst fire is probably going to be one of the last ones. I think it only got 1 vote. And I think I labeled it wrong. I don't think that's an unstable. I'm pretty sure that's balanced. I don't have that one right now, so I can't do it for a bit until I actually get it. kind of can see the spread there when shooting. And obviously, unlike the Thunderhead normally, you're gonna have to aim way higher up. And this does do friendly fire, which is a lot different than the Hurricane one, the cluster munitions. That one does no friendly fire whatsoever, even if you hit all the clusters on your teammates. And this just demolishes. Look at this Praetorian. Gone. I'm doing my part. Oh yeah, as normal too, Bosco doesn't have anything on for rockets. The only thing he has on now that kind of boosts damage is his electric rounds. But his rockets are completely disabled. I don't even have them on as an upgrade. Oh, good. If you are going to use mortar munitions, you definitely have to bring something for long range. You have no way of dealing with stuff that's really on the ceiling or just outranging you. But I mean, if you got teammates, you playing this together, it does not matter then, because Scout will probably handle that. Come here, come here, come here. Fine. And this does hurt yourself. You are not immune to the shots. So when enemies get too up close, you definitely want to shield or get away somehow. Or just bite the bullet and just tank it. Just depends on the scenario. I'll get rid of those little guys near me. Also, I know Hellfire got nerfed, but it is still by far one of my favorite overclocks for the coil gun. Just because with electricity and fire together, usually they die. And with the piercing that the coil gun naturally does, it still is fantastic on crowd control. You just gotta line up your shot, and it just does a lot of damage. Shown right there. Can I hit him? Yeah, I can hit him. It's got more range than you think. I underestimate the range on the mortar rounds, but it's got good range. It's just, it's a new type of skill everyone's gonna have to learn. Okay, he's still doing his own thing. It doesn't even matter. It does so much damage. Even with the defense from the Warden. And it's very similar to how I would use neurotoxin. You don't really spray and pray with neurotoxin. There's no reason to. You just want to let it do its damage. With this, you do so much damage. There's no reason to sit there and spray and pray. I might be able to hit that. Oh my god. It's so good. Ow. I didn't hit you. And as much as I would like to say just do spray and pray on these types of enemies, the Oppressor is, you never sit there and shoot him. Even with how much damage this does do, it's a waste trying to shoot through his armor. He's too tanky. That's the main reason I always bring Berserker. Berserker saves so much ammo dealing with those big guys. Where? One more leg, one more leg. Oh, it's above us. Yeah. Access provided. Yeah, repairing this mule will give us the nitro we need. Go ahead and get out of here. Come on, come on. Oh. Booyah! Honestly, I haven't seen too much nitro. I take my word back.
I got the deposit.
I don't think I need another leg. But I really think mortar rounds are probably the best overclock for the Thunderhead. It is amazing. And it's good on ammo. You'd think it lowering your ammo by almost like 400 would be bad, but no. You don't use much ammo whatsoever. And it's just great on crowd control. The Thunderhead is not the best weapon for crowd control. It's nice when enemies stack up, but even with Carpet Bomber, it doesn't have a large radius. It doesn't beat the minigun in crowd control, and it didn't beat the Hurricane in crowd control. But now, look at this. Gone. Just a couple of rounds, too. I forgot to reload. And in case you do need to sit there and just shoot and spray and pray, with the speed growth and the feedback loop, that'll give you a bit more damage. In case you do need to sit there and spray and pray, meaning you'll just do more damage. Yeah.
Supplies are on the way.
Resupply order. I like the sound.
Supply drop has been ordered.
Clean this space up a little bit. But you do need to be careful about doing friendly fire. I don't think it's that much friendly fire, but on lower hazards, it probably won't even be noticeable. But for hazard 5, you'll be beating up your teammates. More the driller. People are gonna start blaming you more.
I'm taking some of the ammo. Oh yeah.
I didn't even know I took that much damage. I was almost dead. That might have just been from myself. Alright, let's get this going. I figured this mission would kind of have a lot of enemies.
We only got one shot at this.
We'll probably do a separate one for just seeing how well it works against dreadnoughts. Ow.
Triangulation at 50%.
I'm just gonna shield so I can do this. Does not matter whatsoever. I was debating using fear with this because it has such a huge radius. Fear actually would work well.
Triangulation at 75%. Almost there.
Ow. Is that septic starter still alive? And this is a good contender against Neurotoxin. Neurotoxin has probably been the best overclock for Thunderhead for a long time. Not against Dreadnoughts, but against everything else. Support, damage, efficiency. Neurotoxin has been leading the Thunderhead for so long, and I'm glad this... Oh, the destruction.
Grabbing ammo.
This is now a fantastic contender. He is still alive. Not anymore.
Fuel cells have arrived. Get them connected to the drop pod.
There's more enemies coming, but I want to get this started.
Fuel cells connected to drop pod. Prepare the fuel cells.
It just deletes. If I don't back myself in a corner. You do need a good safety range for when you're shooting. The main thing to know about this, you cannot crit. You will not get weak point damage because it doesn't do any direct damage. But I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters at all. This isn't the greatest spot to be. Clean it up a tiny bit. Hey, it'll work. It'll be fine. I mean, worst case scenario, I just go grab that ammo. But I've been having fun. I've tried a good bit of the overclock so far, at least the ones I've gotten off the bat. I don't have burst fire. I haven't tried mark for death, but my buddy has, and it looks really interesting. Mainly because it highlights the enemy, and it's noticeable, so you'll know which enemy has been weakened. So your teammates and you will be able to focus it. I wasn't expecting it to be so noticeable, but it kind of makes him completely glow red, almost like a light's hovering over him.
50%.
Or is he like? I heard him hovering, I just didn't know where he was. Amazing. Not worried at all. And this is Hazard 5, right? Yeah, it is Hazard 5.
Fuel cells at 75%.
This overclock makes it feel like it's not. I'm not stressing at all, like I normally would. It takes 2 shots to kill a grunt. I think it takes 2 shots to kill a slasher. Not a little bit more than 2. You know, I'm hitting myself more than the enemies are. Oh, I get the bug. I get the bug. It's probably not something you'll notice, but my shield did not recharge my actual shields that entire time. I thought they might have fixed it. That's been out for a while. That doesn't always happen, but that is something that'll get you killed. You can see though, against Praetorians, or sorry, not Praetorians, oppressors, it doesn't do. It's not gonna shred those guys. I'll sit here and shoot and see. It does good damage though. I think with feedback loop, you're probably doing around 80 damage. There we go, now I'm getting the bonuses. I'm almost out of ammo though, so we've got to... I think I'll be fine. It's such a fun overclock, and it just shakes. Look at it. That is amazing. I did not have to do that, but it was worth it. Up we go. I would try more. Let me know if you want to see it done on a different mission type. I don't think mortar rounds would be the best on the newer missions. I think for the beginning of it, yes, it'll be great. Actually, no, I take that back. It probably will be good. You just won't be able to shoot straight up. But let me know if you want to see this on a Dreadnought mission. so you can kind of see how it feels against actual big enemies. I think it will do fine, but it's still good to actually be able to see it. But we will try more. I think the next one is Cluster. No, it's either Scorching Tide or some other one, or Pump Action. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. More will be coming, so keep an eye out. But thanks so much for watching. Please have a lovely day.